Welcome to Dharmic Evolution. Hey everybody, I'm your host, James Kevin O'Connor, singer-songwriter, audio-video artist, master storyteller, and international talent agent. Well, it's just another reminder for you ladies and guys about our Dharmic Evolution Facebook community page. You know, we set this up for our fellow artists around the world so you guys can post things about your brand, your career, and share it with not just all our family of creators out there, but all of our worldwide audience who loves to check in on the latest musical talent. So come on, take advantage of this platform today and pull in some more fans just by posting what you are doing. Well, today we are in Sydney, Australia with a really talented woman. She began her career as a classical singer at the NewcastleConservatorium and has gone on to perform in musicals, jingles, cabaret shows, and on cruise ship liners. She's one of Australia's finest female vocal entertainers, and her outstanding talent has been recognized by the entertainment industry at a variety of events. She's also a multi-award-winning entertainer who just released her 8th self-funded album called Just a Call Away. Drum roll, please, for the music and stories of Lisa Crouch. You better strap up your seatbelts and let's go for a ride. We have got some great news for you. There is a brand new musical act out on the airwaves called Mercy. This is something that you have never heard before. It's spiritual. It's the truth unleashed, with scripture delivered by chaplain Christine Mercy, along with drums, guitars, pianos, violins, and vocals from singer-songwriter James Kevin O'Connor. Yes, a little bit of heaven on earth, and just in time. Behold, it's the brand new album from Mercy, titled I Am Victorious. Yes, Jesus came, he saw, he taught, he preached, he healed, he suffered unimaginable torture, and not only defeated the evils of Satan, but he won the entire war for the entire world. And as he stated in the song, I'm going home, back to the throne, victorious, it's glorious. I've many rooms in my Father's house for all of us. It's glorious. Learn to trust in his name. I Am Victorious. The new album is out now and available on iTunes, Amazon, and CD Baby. Just recorded in the Music City on the world-famous Music Row in Nashville, Tennessee. Download the album or pick up the actual CD copy of I Am Victorious right now on iTunes, Amazon, and CD Baby. And keep your eyes and ears open for the live performance tour of Mercy coming soon, featuring Come, Amen, Bless You, I'm Afraid, It Is Finished, and yes, the title track, I Am Victorious. Available right now. Go to Amazon, iTunes, or CD Baby and download your copy of I Am Victorious today. And keep your eyes and ears open for the new band Mercy, coming to a venue near you soon. This message is sponsored by the James O'Connor Agency. We're in Australia, and I'm with Lisa Crouch. Lisa, thank you so much for hanging in there and battling this technology whirlwind that we went through. And it's just a pleasure to have you here on the Dharmic Evolution. Welcome.
That's my pleasure to be with you all the way from the other side of the planet.
Yeah, I love it. I get more and more Aussies. As a matter of fact, I just had an Australian Sydney-sider who I interviewed over a year ago. Susan Moranti was in New York City a week ago with her son, and I met them and we had dinner together. So it was really, really cool to, to get more Australians, and you guys are a talented bunch. So tell me a little bit about what you've been doing lately with your music. And you got a whole bunch of different things you do here. You got great music, and you also do a little bit of comedy too, which is cool. So can you give us the backstory on how it got all started? How did the engine start for you as music in general? How did you get called to be a musician?
At the end of high school, I, like so many kids at the end of high school, had no idea what I was going to do with my life, and I auditioned for the Newcastle Conservatorium of Music, and I never had a lesson in my life, and I turned up with my guitar and sang a couple of little, what were probably folk songs, I have no idea, and then there was an entrance exam as well, and I did the entrance exam, and I think it wasn't on the basis of my singing that I got in. I think I passed the entrance exam more than anything, but then I learned to sing, so I did that for 4 years, which was fantastic, classical singing, which was a real eye-opener.
Right.
And then I was posted, because I was doing a Bachelor of Music Education at the same time, posted to a school in Sydney, and I started teaching, and then I accidentally went in a talent quest one night, and a very well-known performer in Australia, Jan Adele, was the judge for the evening, and she said, "Wow, you were great." She passed my name on to an agent, and I did a couple of shows, and touch wood, I'm still going. So
Awesome. So that was it. You were hooked after that, huh?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, let's give everybody a little slice of what Lisa's all about. And we're going to play Just a Call Away. Here we go. Check this one out.
Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. I haven't seen you for ages. Yeah, it's been a long time. Have you heard from what's his name? Well, you know I tried. Whatever happened to so-and-so? Haven't you heard he died? So please, don't wait. And if things aren't going great, I know I gave you my number. I can be there right away. Don't waste another day. It doesn't have to be that way. You know I gave you my number.
Sail Away. Awesome song. Hey, take us in the studio a little bit, Lisa, with your process. Tell us how you create your music.
Songwriting is definitely not a natural thing for me, so sometimes it's quite laborious.
Why do you say
times,
that it's not a natural thing? It just
some people can sit down, like Sia, who's just absolutely mental here in Australia at the moment, seems to be able to sit down and just write a song every day, and it's fantastic. For me, it just doesn't happen as simple as that. So
who is it? Sia? Did you say?
Sia, yeah, S-I-A is her name.
Oh, I have to check her out. I don't know about her. Oh, okay.
She's writing songs for Rihanna. She's writing songs for all these people and doing amazing, amazing things. And she's a fantastic songwriter.
Right.
And she's, she says, I get sent tracks every day and I sit down and I write a song. And it's just not that simple for me. So
right.
I find I need to have something to say. So something comes to me, like that song you just played, basically came from a friend of mine passed away and I hadn't spoken to her for a while. And it's this thing about this whole social media generation that we have, and we don't really actually physically speak to our friends anymore.
Right.
We send the messages on Facebook and that kind of stuff, but we don't stay in contact. And so that spoke to me a little bit, and that's where that song came from. So.
Right. Yeah, that's a really bad thing. I tell you, I'm trying to get a date. Nobody wants to talk to me. They all want to text. It's like, wait a minute, I'm not that old school. I use the text a lot, but I tell you the truth, I think I've had this conversation before where the art of conversation is dying a slow death. And it's like, as a writer, as a songwriter, I find that when I talk to people and or compose texts, I'm actually writing songs, because sometimes I'll pull something out of that, especially having a conversation with somebody. Either they'll say it, in a special way, or I'll say something that, wow, that was kind of cool. That just came right out, and I'll be writing this stuff down, but it's the way of, who was it? One of the thought leaders was having this conference, and he had everybody raise their hand. He said, who in this room considers getting a phone call an annoyance? And like 75% of the room raised their hands. And there were a lot of millennials and younger people there. And it was like, that's the culture now. It's like, I don't want to bother with getting on the phone and talking, because in a way it's a lot more work, I guess,
Yeah, and you can't put emoticons on the end of it, you can't put smiley face.
Yeah,
That's
right.
how people are communicating in little smiley faces now.
Yeah. So tell us a little more about the NewcastleConservatorium. That's really unbelievable that you were in that, and what did it do for you as an artist?
Wow. It was my very impressionable years. I'm 19 years old, straight out of high school. I'd just been sitting in my room playing my guitar for a long time, and suddenly I'm in a music school with a whole bunch of people who are super talented, all classically inclined, but not necessarily classically trained, coming together and getting specialized lessons from experts in the field, performing together in orchestras, performing together in, like for me, because I was a singing major, singing together in small groups and madrigal groups and giant choirs, and learning classical singing and singing in crazy languages. And it was just like my mind went,
right.
For all of this amazing talent, this amazing music that I got to sing, and being in a school full of people, like-minded people who just really enjoyed making music.
Yeah. And tell me a little bit about, I got to ask you about your comedy. Like, what drew you to comedy? Who were you watching, listening to, or whatever? Because I'm a comedy buff. I mean, I like, all the slapstick stuff. I was like addicted to, the Three Stooges and things like that, and the Marx Brothers and everything. What did you like growing up? I mean, like, what really, grabbed you and said, this is like really hysterical? What do you like?
It came around kind of accidentally, because I'm a robust girl. I'm not a sort of a slim, attractive girl that you see people on television looking like. And so I get on stage and I just start talking to people, because I'm a school teacher by trade. So
oh, are you? Okay.
Talking is what I do.
Right.
So I start talking to people, and you start sort of making fun of yourself a little bit, and people maybe they laugh, and you go, oh wow, this is really cool. People are actually responding to what I'm saying. They're finding it funny.
Yeah.
So you try a little bit more. So I really actually accidentally sort of started doing comedy. But having said that, I just watched a documentary called, and I'm going to get the name of it wrong, The Method and the Madness of Jerry Lewis.
Oh,
something
okay.
like that.
Right.
And amazing, the talent of this man.
Yeah.
And not only his comic talent, but his physical comedy, his actual comedy, his relationship with Dean Martin, and then his talent, the fact that he went into every single little iota of the film industry. He was in the music, he was in the painting, he was in the auto cue, he was in the playback, he was involved in all of that.
Yeah.
Such an amazingly talented guy, as well as just off the top of the head, crazy funny,
Yeah, he was kind of like the Jim Carrey of his era, with that physical comedy, being able to do all those things. It was pretty wild. Yeah. So did you ever get up and do any stand up like on stage?
Not as such. I do a little opening bit in my show, which is just a way of kind of connecting with the audience and saying, hello, how you going? We're all in this together. I say things, you laugh, we clap, we're a team. If we all get involved, then the show's going to be great. It's like an icebreaker, I suppose.
Right.
So I sing a song, I come out, or maybe I tell a couple of stories, and then we get stuck in, And it's just because younger people, I suppose, aren't used to being an audience as well. They don't know to react, actually physically react, to clap, to laugh, to do any of those things. So I think it's my job as the artist to get that out of them, to establish that relationship, and then we can have a great time together.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably, I think the scariest thing to do is to stand on a stage all by yourself and do stand-up comedy. I mean, that's really, that's really, because the fear of failure is so great. I mean, I always said the second scariest thing is to get up there with an acoustic guitar and just sing a song by yourself. There's nobody to fall back on. But I think doing comedy, stand-up comedy, is the hardest of all.
You know why? Because silence is the scariest thing. If you say something and there's just tumbleweeds that happen, well, that is the scariest thing.
You guys say tumbleweeds, we say crickets. You say tumbleweeds. Oh, yeah. But I forget, I'm in Australia today, so I defer to your mastery over the language there in that case.
I guess we have tumbleweeds too,
Yeah, out in the Midwest, I think they have a few out there. So tell me a little bit more about your process with getting your songs, like when you're doing an album. Do you have like a support team, a producer, favorite producer? How do you like put it all together, like when you're ready to record?
I do a lot of it here at home. So we're sitting in my little studio at the moment.
Okay.
And I put the music beds down. I kind of get an idea. Maybe I record some guitar. I get some drum loops or some drum sounds that I'm interested in, and kind of lay the whole thing down. And then I take the bed that I've made to a friend who I've been working with for 7 albums, who's recorded me so much, and he gets the vocal, and the song that you've just played, he recorded that vocal and the vocals for that whole album. And I think he and I have gotten to a point now where we know each other. He knows what I'm capable of, and he gets the best vocal performance out of me.
Right.
And I use Cubase to do most of that with, but just recently I have learned and become in love with Logic.
Oh, yeah, you and me both,
on my new Mac now.
All right, awesome, congratulations.
Logic is so powerful. It's such a fantastic tool. And I took the rest of the tracks that I wrote while I was away, because I cruise a lot on cruise ships, and so I do some writing while I'm away. And I took the tracks that I'd written on the Logic to my friend, who is an absolute master of the Logic program, and he has 499 audio units that open up when he opens it up.
Wow.
The whole world of sounds that you can just get.
That would make me leave and go out and have a cigar or something. I'd run away.
It was amazing. I went, can I have a boys' choir? And he went, what vowel do you want them singing?
Yeah. Wow.
It was fantastic. So that really opened them up again and opened my eyes to the technology that we can kind of apply to these little tiny songs that I've written at home with my guitar or with my GarageBand.
Right.
I've got a GarageBand on my iPad, and I do some stuff on that as well.
They might have been little tiny, but I think they got really big. So let's do it while you can. Here, check this one out.
Don't you know that I am grateful for the life that I am living, and it's hateful to take the gift that I was given and just waste it, not to taste it, be the best I can be. Dream big, live large, take charge, do it while you can. Do it while you can. Get up, get out, dig in right now. Dream big, live large, take charge. Do it while you can. And I know that it is hard. I know that times are tough, you give it all. But when you do, you feel it's not enough. You're thinking life is gonna pass you by. You know it will if you don't even try. Dream big, live large, take charge. Do it while you can. Do it while you can. Get up, get out, dig in right now. Dream big, live large, take charge. Do it while you can. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond all measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. Do it while you can. Do it while you can. Get up, get out, dig in right now. Dream big, live large, take charge. Do it while you can. Do it while you can. Get up, get out, dig in right now. Dream big, live large, take charge. Do it while you can.
Do it while you can. It was a really good track. I love the way you're stretching out your vocals on that, Lisa. Tell us about that. What's the concept behind Do It While You Can?
Was actually, I feel a little bit embarrassed because it was an angry song.
Oh, was it really? I wasn't feeling that.
Well, I'm hoping it sort of came out the right way in the end, but I was a bit upset, and it's selfish. My dad was very sick. He had prostate cancer and passed away, and
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was thank you. I was a bit angry with him that he was wasting what he had left of his life.
Right.
Basically, that's where it started. He was feeling sorry for himself. Understandably, he was very ill and in pain. And but in my mind, I was in my 7 stages of grieving before he had left, and I was angry. I was
Right.
angry that. So
Were you
I was
angry
telling
at
him-
the event or just his behavior, maybe a combination of things?
Possibly a combination of it,
Yeah.
and also probably my reaction to it as well, and not maybe dealing with it as best as I could
Yeah.
to support him, maybe. So I think it came out of that. It came out of a little bit of me just going, "Oh, you're wasting so much time."
Yeah.
And so that's what it started. Hopefully, it kind of came out positive in the end, but it was a little bit of my little 7 stages of grieving to start with, I think.
Right. Hey, let me ask you about the cruise liners. You did some work on going out on a cruise, and you did like cabaret shows and things like that. That must have been like really, really fun. Tell us about that adventure.
I've been doing it now for on and off for 10 years probably now.
Oh, I didn't know you were still doing it. Awesome. That's great.
Yeah, I've just come back from a month away actually.
Uh-huh.
I go away for about a week every month on a ship somewhere on the planet and do a cabaret show for folks who are on board. I've just spent 3 weeks on the Cunard vessels, the Queen Mary 2, the Queen Elizabeth, and the Queen Victoria.
Okay.
And then a ship out of Australia after that. And it's just a really nice thing to do because you get folks from all over the world who you may not necessarily get a chance to play for while you're here in Australia. And I do my cabaret show, sing some songs, tell some stories, and we have a bit of fun. I get to sell them some merchandise at the end, and it's just nice to chat to some folks who are not from where you're from.
Yeah, and you're hanging with the royalty, going with all these queenships, right? That's the way to do it. They must feed you really well.
I tell you what, they look after you because, in the showroom, there's a beautiful 8-piece band, fantastic production, a full light show. So when you get out there, it looks like a proper show. It's really nice.
These ships are amazing now. What they've done with the cruise experience, like it's hard to believe how far they've come. Like what they can do on these things. Like it's a little city, running around the ocean like that.
Oh, absolutely.
So how long would you go for when you would go out? Would it be like a week or 2 weeks, or how long are they all different?
A week. Usually it's a week. It depends on the trip because each ship is different and each ship needs, funny looking girl singer for a particular leg,
Right.
So they bring me in for that. But the next one I'm doing next month I'm on for the whole cruise, for almost 2 weeks. So
oh, nice.
That'll be nice, but I'll also have my little portable studio with me and I'll do some writing while I'm there, hopefully.
Yeah, great. Now tell me about the sets. Do you do like multiple sets in a day, or is it one set a day, or how does it work?
I have to do one night,
one night,
usually, while I'm on board, and I do 2 shows, like a pre-dinner show and an after-dinner show. And then there's a whole bunch of other artists who might be on at the same time, so maybe an instrumentalist or a magician or some sort of side act or something, and they have to do their thing. If I'm on for 2 weeks, which I've got coming up, I might do a second night and I'll do a completely different show and bring the folks a different sort of thing for another night.
Right. Sounds like a lot of fun, out on the water doing this and every day. That's really good. I wonder if we could get the kangaroos to come to CrossFit down under. There must be a need for some boxing coaching. Right back to Lisa's story right after this. Are you a singer-songwriter, artist, or author? Are you in need of a platform for your career? Well, the James O'Connor Agency is in the business of helping you broadcast your global career. If you are needing to expand your presence in a big way, such as having your music and your voice heard around the world, well, look no further. We have the platforms here to help you catapult your career like no one else can. Your artistry can be featured around the world on the James O'Connor Agency YouTube channel. Here at the James O'Connor Agency, we can expand your global career by being a featured guest on Dharmic Evolution for singer-songwriters and everyone in the entertainment industry. Or The James O'Connor Show, designed for authors, speakers, and thought leaders. Both shows are international radio, TV shows, and podcasts. Go to the JamesO'ConnorAgency.com and find out what we can do for your global career right now. Hey, I wanted to just let people know about some of the things you've done with your career. And, these achievements are really amazing. You've been really, you can tell, working it hard. The Australian Entertainment Mo Awards. What are the Mo Awards anyway?
It's an award system that was started a long time ago by an Australian TV personality called Don Lane. Uh-huh. And he's actually from the States originally.
Oh, okay.
And he came over here and got a talk show and sort of started introducing variety acts to people at home. So he started this award system, and it basically recognizes excellence in live entertainment.
Nice.
And it's still going to this day. And it's been 60-something years now that it's been
Wow,
going.
so he's a
yes.
big player. So you're also the winner of the Johnny O'Keefe Encouragement Award 2002, the winner of the Female Vocal Variety Performer of the Year 2004, 2009, 2015, nominated in 2003 and 2015, winner of Peter Allen Variety Performer of the Year 2004, nominations 2003 and 2009, winner of the two-man performer band Just Jammin' 2005 and 2010, nominated in 2005 and 2015, nominations The Four Kinsmen Production Show, Powerhouse Divas, gotta love that, three-man or more performer band Lisa Crouch and Dig This 2007 to 2013, and then the Australian Club Entertainment Ace Awards. And you were also the winner of the Best New Act 2001, winner of Female Vocal Performer 2004. You have been busy. Yeah, very good.
We just won one last week, actually.
Did you really? Oh, we got to update this. See, I can't even keep up with you, you know?
The Australian Club Entertainment Awards happened last week, and my two-man band won best two-man band.
Did you really?
Week, as a matter of fact, yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations. That's really, really great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to now play your video. Let's everybody check this out. This is Painted Black, Lisa's video. Here we go.
I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls go by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. I see a line of cars and they're all painted black. The flowers and my love both never to come back. I see people turn their heads and quickly look away. Like a newborn baby, it just happens every day. I look inside myself and see my heart is black. I see my red door and must have it painted black. Maybe then I'll fade away and not have to face the facts. It's not easy facing up when your whole world is black. Painted black, painted black, painted black, painted.
Wow, cool ending too. I wish Keith and Mick were here to comment. Really, really brave of you to take on that. That was really awesome. Congratulations on that. Great job. Great job. So we were talking a little bit while we're listening to the video here. We're talking about some of the things that you've done. It's a lot of jingles and things like that, voiceovers. And how did you get into that? For those who might want to take that on as an ancillary piece to their songwriting, another revenue source. Can you give us the trail of how would we go about doing something like that?
Sure. I, again, did it accidentally. My friend who's been recording me for 100 years, he runs a jingle writing business, basically. And I was in the studio with him one day and he said, "Oh, while you're here, can you just put a vocal down for this?" And so I did. And he was really happy with it. So we did a few after that, which was great. And it's something that I did going through school as well, through college and university, to fund my way through study, basically, to rock up on a day and just do some jingles, which is great. So there's a couple of places that you can go online and become part of a voiceover agency, an online voiceover agency. We have one here in Australia called Star Now, and they put up ads for voiceover artist needed for this, voiceover artist needed for that. And you can find gigs all over the world, depending where you are, on some of these sites. And because you can record just about everything on your phone or at home now, you can send in a demo on your phone and you could possibly land a gig. So just Google online voiceover artists.
So it seems like you have a lot of fun in your life. You know, you write songs, you got a little bit of the comedy thing going on, you got that gene going, you're doing cruise liners, you're doing, you're doing cabaret shows. I mean, it sounds like you live a very full and fun life. I
have a good time. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a lot more fun than when I was teaching school, that's for sure.
Right. What age did you teach when you were teaching school?
Oh, high school. So 13 to 18.
So it's tough. That's a tough group, you know?
Yeah. Well, I had two schools in Western Sydney, which are quite rough, lower socioeconomic background areas where kids and parents were having tough times. And I taught them music and drama. So sometimes there was more drama
than music. Yeah, right. Of course. Just showing up to class was drama every day, I bet.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But, I played drums, so I got away with a lot because I could sit behind a drum kit and boys would suddenly go, oh, wow, that's cool. And
yeah, right.
stop doing whatever it was they were doing.
That's awesome. Do you still play drums?
I do occasionally. Yeah.
Awesome,
Probably not as often now, but
that must be like
fun.
Such a great release, just because it's so physical, It's musical and it's physical. Yeah, you can just get things out of your system, I used to play years and years and years ago, and it was always somebody else's drum kit, who was in the band or whatever, and I'd jump on it, But I remember being like feeling cleansed every time I got off, from the kit. It was like, I got some rage out of me or something,
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
it does your heart good,
Yeah, tell me about Australia doing fun stuff. Because it is such a magnificent continent, it's just so gigantic. I mean, what do you do for fun, just to chill and get away from like the artistic thing for a while? Anything in particular you can share with us?
Oh, I really love CrossFit. I'm not a mad CrossFit person.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, look, I race kangaroos on Saturday mornings, and sometimes I win, but so you do CrossFit.
Kangaroos just down the road from me, yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. I do. I love CrossFit. I go every day to the box down the road and throw some weights around, and it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Because, it's just that it's cathartic to be able to move your body, I think, and I think it's so important for us to move our bodies every day too.
Do you do the kettlebells?
Oh yeah.
Oh really? Okay.
Full-on barbells, the whole thing.
Right.
I'm not great. I can't do pull-ups. That's but that's a thing.
Right.
I'm just going to have to keep working on. But
you're doing it. You're doing it. The whole thing is. I do a lot of hot yoga, and they always say, the hardest thing about doing it is showing up. And it's true. Like, sometimes you're driving there and you're like, man, I don't know if I'm up for this. But I just always suspend that thought because I'm always glad that I worked out. I feel so much better,
Yeah,
and after doing it for so long, I mean, I've been doing it for 12 years, so I'm like a junkie for it. But I would say, as long as you do something, it doesn't really matter. Just do something that you enjoy, and as long as it's physical fitness. And speaking of enjoy, I think it's time to celebrate my love. Here we go.
I celebrate my love for you. You are the sun, the moonlight too. There's nothing else I'd rather do than spend my life, my love, with you. Seems like it's been a long time since I've seen your funny face, but then 2 minutes is too long, and I need another taste. 'Cause every day gets a little more sunshine when I'm standing by your side, and every night gets a little more firelight when I have you in my life. My heart beats a little bit faster every time I see you smile. and my will gets a little bit stronger, I could walk a million miles to celebrate my love for you. You are the sun, the moonlight too. There's nothing else I'd rather do than spend my life, my love, with you. There are things that I'll never remember. There are times I won't forget. And everyone has a little piece of you in it you can't bet. 'Cause you're the smart one, I'm the strong one. You're a genius, I'm your clown. And I promise I'll never, 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 ever let you down. You know my heart beats a little bit faster every time I see you smile. And my will gets a little bit stronger. I could walk a million miles to celebrate my love for you. You are the sun, the moonlight too. There's nothing else I'd rather do than spend my life, my love, with you. I celebrate my love for you. You are the sun, the moonlight too. There's nothing else I'd rather do than spend my life, my love, with you.
Celebrate my love with you. Lisa Crouch and Dig This. And by the way, Lisa's playing what, this Saturday night, right?
Saturday night, yeah, the guys and I are getting together. Well, guys and girls. There's 6 of us in the band, 3 girls, 3 guys, and we play sort of retro / dance / current music, and a couple of my songs thrown in there in the middle of it, and we just have a good time.
Right.
I love playing with these guys. Some of the best musos in Sydney. And they make me sound great, and I just get to stand out the front and have a good time.
Yeah, and this is right in Sydney?
It will be in Cronulla, which is on our sort of southern beaches.
Okay.
Really nice beachside place in Sydney, and a venue down there that we're playing for actually for the first time on Saturday night. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to be like and what the folks are like.
And I hear the
give 'em a good
beaches
time.
are amazing in Sydney. That's what I hear.
They are.
Yeah, like
They
you
are.
guys.
I mean, that whole Cronulla kind of area, Bondi, all of our coast have got terrific beaches. Lots of sharks, but
yeah.
good surf. Really
Yeah,
good
somebody's
surf.
got to come up with the
Yeah.
idea of getting saddles and training the sharks to give rides instead of eating people. You know, it's better for commerce. You know,
Oh,
you got to
wow.
get more Americans
lot of
over there or
trouble.
something. You know. Hey, tell me about, like, you know, can you remember like a funniest moment or an unusual moment in performing, like in your history of something unusual that happened, or just something crazy, like anybody set their clothes on fire, or like have a fight, or anything like that
God,
you could
that
share?
happens all the time. But, the funniest one I could think of that just comes straight to my head was when I was teaching school. We had a marching band, and I know marching bands are big in the States. We had a guy from Iowa who was one of our teachers at the school, and we were doing a big show at the Sydney Entertainment Centre, which is a big venue, and the show was called the School Spectacular, which takes in almost every school in the whole state, sometimes around the country, and it was on television. and we're doing our display, and I was drum majoring, so I had the big stick and I was out the front of the band.
Right.
And we were doing this thing, and the display went really well, and it was time for us to take the bow, and the band marched off, and it was my job to take the bow for the whole band. So I'm marching with my big stick backwards up the middle of the auditorium, and I had to stop, take a bow, and go off. And I'm marching, and suddenly I just hit a set of stairs that I didn't realize I'd gotten there, and fell down and landed on my behind in front of 10,000 people at the venue who all went, ooh, at the same time. And because it was on television, all you could see was my head. And I'm marching. My mum is watching it at home. And I just wasn't there anymore because I was on the floor.
It sounds like a Monty Python or Saturday Night Live thing, you know?
You couldn't have written it. And so I just had to get up and take the bow and then march off again. And I was really annoyed. But looking back on it, it was very funny to hear all these people go, ooh. At the same time.
Hey, how about your favorite gig of all time? That probably was not your favorite gig, I'm sure. But like favorite gig, like that you played, most memorable. Like where was it? Was it outside? Was it on a ship? Was it where can you remember that saying, "Wow, this was the best"?
I had one ship that I did actually where I achieved rock star status. It was really funny that people just enjoyed my show so much that I couldn't move. It took me an hour to get from one end of the ship to the other because every person on the ship stopped me to talk to me about something, and they just, as an audience, they were just so accepting and so excited about everything. That was probably the most exciting that I can think of right off the top of my head.
Was that? It must have been on a royal ship, right? The Queenie.
No, it was a funny little
was it?
Australian Pacific, the Pacific Sun. It was.
Oh, was it?
Which is, I don't think she even sails anymore.
Right. But who cares, right? As long as it happened,
That's right.
That's the best part. That's really awesome. Hey, how about social media? Do you do social media? Do you work on, I know we're connected. I believe it's on either Instagram or Facebook. I have to check after the show. But what's your favorite jam for being out there in front of people and getting your presence known?
I'm always on Facebook, and I'm doing the Facebook Live thing a little bit now. Every time I go to a venue, I'm starting to do this thing called Powerhouse Diva TV, PDTV.
Oh, cool.
And so I went to a gig just recently and saw a band play, which was fantastic, Snarky Puppy. And
I love that, Snarky Puppy. Wow, I'm writing that one down. Yeah, that's cool.
It's kind of jazz fusion, electronic, just, awesome. And they were at a venue here in Sydney called the Enmore Theatre 2 weeks ago now, and we went to the show, and I did a little Powerhouse Diva TV thing beforehand to say, going to see this thing, So I'm liking the Facebook Live thing. Instagram is the other thing that I'm trying to do a little bit of now because seems to be the go-to of the moment. Instagram is sort of taking over from the Facebook and from the Snapchat.
Yeah. Well, I think for musicians, my experience has been Instagram is kind of like the big player for people like us who are content creators, who are artists, or musicians, singers, songwriters, people like that. There seems to be the major crowd is on that, amongst other things, but there seems to be more connectivity with that, with that platform,
And because everybody's got it on their phone too, I think you can always access it and you can always post. So it's really up to the minute, and people are finding, the videos that go up aren't very long, so you don't have to have a big long attention span to watch them. And
yeah, exactly.
So I think it's pretty accessible for everybody.
Yeah.
So probably those two, I think, Facebook and the Facebook Live and Instagram, I think.
Great. Well, we'll put all those links in the show notes for you. And just in parting, would you please give us your website, or where is the best place that we can connect to you, support you, purchase your music, Lisa?
Absolutely. Well, all the music's on all of the online platforms around the world, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, any online place that you can buy music, you can find me. And my website is www.lisacrouch.com.au. Don't forget the AU because we're in Australia.
Yes, don't forget the saddled sharks. That'll be your cue,
That's it. /saddled sharks.
Yeah.
And the other one is www.digthisbiz. dig this biz, B-I-Z, dig this dot biz, I'm sorry, dig this dot biz. Yeah.
Okay,
B-I-Z.
that's the band website.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
and you can
awesome.
see videos, you can see, you can hear audio. You can look me up on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel as well with some of my cabaret stuff on it, and basically you can find all of it there.
Okay, great. Excellent. Lisa, thank you so much for being a part of the Dharmic Evolution. I had a great time. We were technology brilliant today. I just love it. Clear picture, clear audio. And I just want to wish you all the best, greatest success in the world. God bless you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Awesome. Thanks so much, James.
Do you ever wonder why you were created and what you're here to do? Then the geography of the soul will help you to find your true place in this world. The music is so inspirational, including tracks such as I Wanna Be Loved, State of Grace, and Ride On. James Kevin O'Connor is an internationally acclaimed singer, songwriter, music producer, entertainment agent, TV star, and a loving father who leads you to find your true place and calms your mind and soul in breathtaking ways. Buy Geography of the Soul today by James Kevin O'Connor at iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon, jameskevino'connor.com. Geography of the Soul, a beautiful CD that you need to own today, by James Kevin O'Connor.
Sponsored by the James O'Connor Agency. Just a call away. Do it while you can. Paint it black and celebrate my love. From the NewcastleConservatorium to cabaret to becoming one of Australia's finest female vocal entertainers, and now celebrating her 8th album just a call away, it's the fine artistry of Lisa Crouch. You can check out Lisa on the Dharmic Evolution website, now being downloaded and listened to in countries all around the world, and we're just starting to crank things up because we just hit 66 countries last week. Hey, you should also head over to the James O'Connor Agency. If you have not visited this site, you gotta check it out. Lots of artists around the world starting to check in, take advantage of all the things this agency is offering them. An international talent agency designed to broadcast your global career. No matter where you are in your career, we have packages to enhance and broadcast your global career today. Stop by and visit the site, find out about all the awesome packages we've designed and developed for you. Hey, do you need funding for your next album project? Well, go over to the JamesO'ConnorAgency.com. Find out what we do for singer-songwriters, musical artists, as well as authors, speakers, and thought leaders. We also want to encourage you to visit dharmicevolution.com. Check out your show and blog profile right now. If you've been on the show, you are now on the site. Lisa is now on the site, and people from around the world are logging in to see and hear all about Lisa, her artistry, and her music. That's it for me today. I'm your host for the Dharmic Evolution, James Kevin O'Connor, singer-songwriter, audio-video artist, master storyteller, and international talent agent. So until the next time, when we meet again, I'll either see you on the socials or see you on TV.
Just settle for the map. When you're welcome to the territory, I just discovered where it's at. Now I need to study the geography of my soul. You said you're on the same path. You hope hoping that you'll make a new discovery. And now you know there's no turning back. It was there in the geography of your soul. Of your soul. I've been wandering around for years and years, trying to break free from the pain. Maybe all I ever really needed was to recognize and claim my own inner flame. For the map, when we can celebrate the territory. Don't even consider turning back. Now that we found the geography